Sallyface, ex-listener. His crush gets publicly exposed. Sally didn't mean for it to happen. That was the worst part. If it had been an accident, like tripping over his own feet or short-circuiting a tire amp, he could have dealt with that. Accidents were expected, normal, and extremely manageable. This was deliberate and stupid, and now irreversible. You were sitting cross-legged off the floor of his room, flipping through Larry's old sketchbooks like it was nothing more than a magazine you found lying around. You always did that, made yourself comfortable anywhere, like you belonged there, and it never failed to short-circuit Sally's brain. "Hey, Sal," you said casually. "Did you know Larry draws you this much?" "Like, a lot." Larry, who was leaning against the doorframe with a soda, snorted. "Yeah, dude's practically my muse." Sally tugged at the sleeves of his hoodie and tugged them over his hands. His prosthetic felt heavier than usual, like it was pressing into his skin harder than it should be. He draws everyone." You hummed, unconvinced, and turned another page, then froze. Sally's stomach dropped. You stared down at the sketchbook, brows knitting together as you slowly lifted the page towards the light. Larry leaned forward, curious. "Oh," Larry said. Sally felt like he might actually pass out. The drawing wasn't Larry's, it was his. You lifted your gaze to Sally, eyes wide, not freaked out, not disgusted, just a little bit surprised and confused. The sketch was unmistakably you. Not stylized, not exaggerated, painfully real. You were sitting exactly how you were now, knees tucked to your chest, expression thoughtful. Every line was careful, gentle, like he was afraid he'd mess it up. And the corner of the page, scribbled small and shaky, was his handwriting. "Don't be obvious, don't ruin it." Larry slowly straightened. "Sal?" Sally's face burned and his hands trembled as he pushed himself up from his bed. "I didn't mean," he swallowed hard. "I wasn't supposed to." "You drew this?" you asked quietly. The room felt too small, too loud. His heart pounded in his ears, drowning out everything else. "I can explain," he blurted out, immediately hating how panicked he sounded. Larry raised his hands. "Okay, I'm gonna," he pointed between the two of you. "Go be anywhere else." And then mercifully he left. The door clicked shut. Silence. You set the sketchbook down slowly, like it might shatter if you weren't careful. Where you stood, Sally had to fight the urge to step back. You'd never been this close before, not without Larry there, not without some kind of buffer. "I didn't know," you said. Sally nodded quickly. "Yeah, that's kind of the point." You let out a breath, short and laugh, but not cruel, just nervous. "How long?" His fingers twisted together. Since a while." "A while?" you echoed. He nodded again. "You don't have to say anything or feel anything. His voice cracked. "I'm just really sorry you found out like that." You watched him for a moment, like really watched him. The way his shoulders curled inwards, like he was avoiding your eyes, like he was bracing for impact. "Sally," you said softly. He flinched. "I'm not mad." Well, that made him look up. "Really?" His voice was barely audible. You nodded. "Yeah, I was just surprised." You hesitated, then added, "and kind of honored." His brain short-circuited. "Honored? You didn't draw me like a joke or anything. You drew like a thing," you said, but you gestured vaguely. "You drew me like I mattered." Sally swallowed hard. "You do." The words slipped out before you could stop them. The silence that followed wasn't heavy. This time it was warm, charged. You stepped closer, close enough that he could see the tiny flecks of color in your eyes, close enough that he had to fight the urge to hide his face in his hoodie. "I like you too," he said softly. His breath hitched. "You what?" "I like you." "A little bit." I like you, he repeated again. I just didn't think you'd ever feel the same. Sally laughed weakly, running a hand through his hair like he'd been trying not to be obvious. For, ever, you tilted your head. You're not very good at it, are you? Yeah, he admitted. I know. You reached out, hesitating for just a second before gently taking his hand. His whole body tensed and then relaxed when you didn't pull away. I'm glad it got exposed, you said, even if it was embarrassing. He squeezed your hand tentatively, but sure. Me too, he said. From the hallway, Larry's voice suddenly yelled, Are you guys good, or do I gotta pretend I didn't see anything for the rest of my life? He laughed, genuine and bright, and Sally felt something settle in his chest, something he didn't even realize had been aching. Yeah, you called back. We're good. Sally smiled behind his face, heart pounding, not from fear this time, but from something new, something hopeful.